Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Voice to Voice. I'm very happy to be here with you today. My name is Anna, and I am your host and reporter for this episode. Today, we have a special guest in our studio. He is a medical doctor with many years of experience. Please welcome Dr. Michael Brown.
Hello, Anna. Thank you very much. Hello to everyone who is listening. I'm glad to be here today.
We're very happy to have you, Doctor. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Before we start with deeper topics, how are you feeling today? I'm feeling good, thank you. It's a busy week at work, but I enjoy talking with people, so this is a nice change for me. That's great to hear. Let's start with a simple question so our audience can get to know you better. Can you tell us a little about yourself? Of course. My name is Michael Brown. I am a medical doctor, and I work as a family physician. I have been working in this field for about 15 years. I live in a small city, and I work in a local medical clinic. Thank you. Many people know what a family doctor is, but not everyone understands the full role. We'll talk about that later. First, I'd like to ask, when did you first decide that you wanted to become a doctor?
That's a good question. I decided when I was quite young, maybe around 14 or 15 years old. My mother was often ill, and we spent a lot of time in hospitals. I saw how doctors helped her, and I felt that this was meaningful work.
So it was a personal experience that inspired you.
Yes, exactly. I saw that doctors can really change people's lives, not only with medicine, but also with words and support.
That's very interesting. Was your family supportive of your decision?
Yes, they were. They knew that studying medicine is not easy, but they supported me from the beginning.
Let's talk a bit about your education. Many young listeners may be interested in this. How long did it take you to become a doctor?
It took quite a long time. First, I studied at university for 6 years. Then I had 3 more years of training as a resident doctor. During that time, I worked in hospitals and clinics under supervision.
That sounds intense. Was it difficult for you?
Yes, it was difficult, especially in the beginning. There was a lot of studying, many exams, and not much free time. But it was also very interesting. I learned something new every day.
Do you remember a moment when you felt, yes, I made the right choice?
Yes, I do. It was during my residency. I helped an elderly patient manage his health better, and he thanked me with tears in his eyes. That moment stayed with me.
That's very touching. Now let's move to your current work. You said you are a family physician. Can you explain in simple words what that means?
Sure. A family physician is usually the first doctor a patient sees. We treat people of all ages, from children to older adults. We help with common illnesses, long-term health problems, and also prevention.
So you don't work only with one type of patient.
Exactly. Every day is different. 1 hour I may see a child with a cold, and the next hour an adult with a long-term condition like diabetes.
Let's talk about your typical workday. What does a normal day look like for you?
I usually start work at 8 in the morning. I see patients until lunchtime. After lunch, I continue with more patients and also do paperwork, like updating medical records. I usually finish around 5 or 6 in the evening.
How many patients do you see in one day?
On average, around 20 to 25 patients. Some visits are short, some are longer.
That's a lot of people. Does it ever feel overwhelming?
Sometimes, yes, especially on busy days. But I try to stay calm and focus on one patient at a time.
That's very important. Now I'd like to talk about challenges. Every job has difficulties. What is the hardest part of being a doctor for you?
One of the hardest parts is delivering bad news. Telling someone that they have a serious illness is never easy. Another challenge is lack of time. I always want to give more time to each patient.
That must be emotionally difficult. How do you handle that stress?
I talk with colleagues, and I try to keep a good balance between work and personal life. Exercise also helps me relax.
That's good advice for everyone. Now, let's move closer to your medical specialization. As a family physician, do you have an area that you focus on more?
Yes, I do. Over the years, I became especially interested in preventative medicine. That means helping people stay healthy and avoid illness when possible.
Prevention is a big topic today. Can you explain why it is so important?
Of course, many serious illnesses can be prevented or managed better if we act early. Simple things like regular checkups, healthy food, and physical activity can make a big difference.
Some people only go to the doctor when they feel very sick. What will you say to them?
I would say it's better not to wait. Seeing a doctor early can save time, money, and sometimes even lives.
That's a strong message. Let's talk about common health problems you see in your practice. What are some issues that patients often come to you with?
Very common problems are colds, flu, high blood pressure, stress-related issues, and back pain. Mental health concerns are also becoming more common.
Mental health is an important topic. Do patients feel comfortable talking about it with you?
More than before, yes. People are slowly becoming more open. I always try to create a safe and respectful space for them.
That's very important. Now I'd like to ask about communication. How do you explain medical issues to patients who don't have medical knowledge?
I try to use simple language and real-life examples. I also ask them if they understand and encourage questions.
Do you think good communication is as important as medical knowledge?
Yes, absolutely. A patient who understands their health is more likely to follow advice and feel confident.
Let's talk about technology. How has technology changed your work as a doctor?
Technology has changed many things. We now have electronic records, online appointments, and better diagnostic tools. It helps us work faster and more accurately.
Are there any downsides to this?
Sometimes technology can create distance between doctor and patient if we're not careful. It's important to still focus on the human connection.
That's a very thoughtful point. Now, looking back at your career, what are you most proud of?
I'm proud that many of my patients trust me and stay with me for many years. Building long-term relationships is very rewarding.
That's wonderful. What advice would you give to young people who want to become doctors?
I would say be ready to work hard, but also remember why you started. You need both knowledge and empathy.
Very wise advice. Before we finish, I have a few quick questions. What do you enjoy most outside of work?
I enjoy spending time with my family, reading books, and walking in nature.
And one last question. What keeps you motivated every day?
Knowing that my work can help people live better lives. Even small improvements matter.
That's a perfect way to end our conversation. Dr. Brown, thank you so much for sharing your experience and insights with us today.
Thank you, Anna. It was a pleasure to be here.
And thank you to our listeners for spending this time with us on Voice to Voice. We hope you learned something new and helpful today. Stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone, and thank you for listening.